Lunch with Leah, Season 2, Episode 13.
Hi, everybody.
I know, I'm better.
Did it work?
Yeah.
We're on. We're live. Well, happy belated birthday to Jason. I want everyone to embarrass Jason. Happy birthday, Jason. James brought him big old cupcakes, and he's so skinny he can eat them all. Now, I don't want to hear anything out of you. I got little Black sitting over here by me today so he doesn't run around and bark and yelp. He got all groomed. You want to see everybody got all gussied up this morning just for you. What do you think? Is he cute?
He's adorable.
Oh, you little baby doll. All right, now you just sit right there. Well, we made it to Tampa and back. Oh my God! The trip that wouldn't end. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Let me tell you, that was just unbelievable. First of all, Jason said it was fun. I don't know. No. It was supposed to be, according to the GPS, 4.5 hours. It took us 6 hours to get there. Yeah. And we ran into some traffic. We made a small little detour, but we only stopped twice on the side of the road to hit, the side of the road of I-75. They don't have anything.
We took the video. A lot of people saw it.
Oh, they did? They have vending machines with nothing really fabulous in there. And then they had, I guess, drinks out of a bottle. And then they had nothing. They had nothing. It's not like the Turnpike where you can go in and you can get yogurt or food or, whatever. So anyway, so we drive all the way there. Of course, Jason said he was going to drive. He wanted to drive. Okay, fine. I bring a pillow to sleep in the back of the car so Jason can drive because he doesn't like the way I drive. Okay, fine. Jason, you get to drive. I go to get in the car. I said, okay, I'll sit in the back. I'm going to hit the restroom. I'll sit in the back of the car. I get in the car. Jason goes, I don't really know how your car works so well. So I don't think I want to drive it. So you could have told me that before. I didn't sleep all night the night before, and I'd have gone to bed earlier. So I drove, and of course, without a hitch. And then we get there, and we had no time. We get there. We get the closest hotel to the venue. Thank God we're smart enough to do that. Tampa is very spread out. It's a big it's just spread out. It reminds me of being in Texas. It's like down the road a piece, 70 miles later. So we find that we were staying at this Holiday Inn because it was very close to this Splitters or whatever it is venue that Heather was performing at.
Side Splitters.
And that was a very nice Holiday Inn, by the way. It was very lovely. They had a little buffet in the morning. Not that I wake up in time to get it. So we stay there. Literally, we take a turnaround. I mean, we go, we change clothes, we get in the car, we run over to the event because we were meeting Jackie Siegel and David Siegel, the Queen of Versailles, came all the way from Orlando just to see us. And we had a little pizza at the pizza place with them, which I'm not a pizza fan, but anyway. We had the pizza, and then we had 2 girls from Orlando come in, and we saw them for a while, and then we went over to do the event. And then Heather had 2 bar stools on the stage, and the event was sold out. And I don't know. Did we do good? It was silly. It's going to be on tomorrow. It's going to be on tomorrow, right?
Heather McDonald Juicy Scoop podcast.
Oh, Heather McDonald Juicy Scoop podcast. It's tomorrow.
I think they release it tomorrow.
We have to listen for it and see how good I did. Well, I will tell you.
You were brilliant.
Was I brilliant? See why? This is why they work here. They think I'm brilliant and fabulous.
No, you were.
That was funny.
People were saying you were great, like in the audience and everything. They were like, "She's hilarious." You were very funny.
Well, I will say Heather brings out the funny in me because you can cut up with her, but I forgot they were recording it. So my big mouth, I started playing back in my head after I left what all I talked about. Is there anybody I didn't throw under the bus? Is there anybody I didn't talk trash about? Is there any secret I didn't reveal? And I said to Heather, maybe you should listen to that and edit it. She goes, it was fine. I was like, well, it's too late now. So anyway, I don't know. I talked about everything and everybody, but we had fun.
Well, she has extra footage on her Patreon account of all of her Juicy Scoop casts, so she does edit some and then, plays the extra footage.
So if you're a Patreon member, then you get behind the scenes and, Lord, who knows what I said then. But anyway, but then she brings all of her wealthy friends with her. So afterwards we go to another little, they didn't have any fine dining in that area, but they had nice little places, but they were just little pub type places. So we went to one of those, and this friend of hers, had on a diamond. I think it's one of the biggest I've ever seen.
Huge.
It was huge. And I tried it on. It looked better on me than it did on her. So since I've been back, I've been harping about, Roy, I need a bigger diamond. I need a bigger diamund. It's fabulous. Anyway, so that was that. And then, all right, and then we drove home. Oh, God, by the time we got home.
That you look great, and everyone's you're making them smile. And
smile and be happy, as Pharrell says. Oh, let's see, what else was I going to tell you about? Oh, before we get started, I want you guys to go to this www.todayspromises.org. Todayspromises.org. I don't know if you can see back in the back, we got like another 50 tents or something that we're shipping to Puerto Rico because we're trying to get people that are sleeping on the streets and without a roof over their head in the tent. So we're still doing the tent project. That's at helloleahblack.com. No, at helloatleahblack.com. But my friend Rick in LA started this orphanage for 39 kids in Haiti that have nothing, including no parents. So we're trying to get Christmas together for them. And it's at todayspromises.org. And I mean, listen to some of the things these little kids asked for. I mean, I literally thought I was going to cry. One of them wants a little radio. One of them wants a screen Animal Alley 9-inch stuffed Labrador, a tan one. One of them wants a talk-back animated talking ginger. Babies R Us plush, my first soccer ball. Oh my God, just a cute little chimpanzee. One of them wants a little Disney Avador umbrella. I mean, you can go on the website. They're not expensive, and you could just send one here. So what we're going to do for him, they get him here. We're going to rely on another friend that I drummed up. Oh my God, these people don't want to see me coming anymore. I run into one of Roy's ex-clients in Tampa, who was wrong. I mean, at a restaurant, he was wrongly accused of a crime, and of course, he wasn't convicted because he was wrongly accused. And the guy is so generous; he ships things to Haiti and Puerto Rico and the islands. And I said, "You do?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I happen to have some things I need to get to Haiti by Christmas on the 22nd for these 39 kids in this orphanage, so that they can have a Christmas." So I said, "Well, if you get them to me by the 16th or 14th or whatever, I'll get them to Haiti by the 20th, and then Rick on the other end will have a guy come and get them and take them over to the orphanage." And oh my God, isn't that cute? So 39 little kids that don't even have parents will have a Christmas in an orphanage. So anyway, if you're inclined to help with the little orphanage, just go online to todayspromises.org and just send a little gift. Send anything. It doesn't have to be something on there. You can send anything. You can even send gently used toys and gently used little clothes. You know, they have nothing. So anything you send will be appreciated. Back to the gossip. So I was listening the other day. Bette Midler is suing Geraldo Rivera. Did you see the tape? Apparently, she says, oh my God, that when she was on the show many years ago, whatever, some show she was on, he and the producer took her in the back into the green room and shoved two, what do they call them? Those smelly things? The poppers up in her, under her nose, and they did the popper thing. And then they tried to start groping her and have sex with her. So she had told this story to Barbara Walters like 15 or 20 or something, 30 years, whatever, ago. And now they're showing the clip again. Yeah. So now apparently Bette Midler's just not going to let it go. She's suing him.
Me too. Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. Hello. And then, yeah, she's another me too. And so now, apparently, you know, she and Barry Manilow got their career started in the bathhouses in New York. Did you know that? Yeah. They used to go to the bathhouses in New York and sing and perform, and that's how they got their start. Yep. So I guess he thought if she was in a bathhouse, she deserved a popper. Who knows what these people and how they think? I don't know. You know, Geraldo, I'm off and on with him. Sometimes I like him, and other times I just want to bitch slap him.
Yeah. People are saying, Leah, you're so great. God's gift to humanity. Thank you for putting this on the everyone's radar. They're going to put it on their charity list, things like that.
Oh, good. You know, 39 little kids. You know, I just gave away like literally hundreds of Beanie Babies just like a month or two ago. I wish I would have kept some of them for the kids. I gave them to another orphanage. Anyway, so Jett, what's her name? Jett Joan. What's her name?
Jett.
Joan Jett, and and somebody Williams, are there the Studio 54? They've got a big film coming out at Sundance. Robert Williams coming out at Sundance, a film. So that should be interesting. All right, we should like that. And then there's a new, about their whole life story. That should be really good. And then Patty Hearst documentary is coming out. And it's unbelievable what happened to her in the 70s. Did you guys follow that? I remember I was like in high school, and so I was always so interested in it because I always wanted to go to California, and I thought, oh my God, if you go to California, you can get, kidnapped. I was like, well, nobody's going to kidnap me. I don't have any money. But, it was such a fascinating time. In the documentary, I studied that. I read the book about it. I followed it for years. And what was fascinating to me is they brainwashed her, but she was a young kid. She was like 17, 18, 19 years old. They brainwashed her to join their movement, and she went in that bank with the gun, and then she goes to jail. I mean, I just don't think a teenager that gets kidnapped and blindfolded and kept to survive, has to bond with these people, should be going to jail, because they don't know that they didn't make her stand there and hold the gun, and she winds up going to jail over it. And I think she winds up marrying a bodyguard, if I recall. Yeah. Anyway, but it's going to be an interesting story. Well, send out your blessings and positive energy to Los Angeles and Ventura County. Yeah, your prayers and thoughts. Who needs those firemen? We got prayers and thoughts. So in Los Angeles and Ventura counties have burned more than 47,000 acres. 27,000 people have been evacuated, and more than 3,500 firefighters are on the job. And that was of last night. This morning I hear on the news that they're evacuating people from Beverly Hills and Brentwood. Is that true?
And they shut down part of the 405 right like 2 hours ago. They said part of it shut down because it jumped the interstate.
If they shut down the 405, you can only imagine the traffic. And then I talked to Norman, the cosmic cheerleader psychic, last night, and he said he's in the Palisades and he's got a half an inch of ambers and from the smoke on his patio, on his pool, on his deck, everywhere. Lawrence O'Donnell tweeted out that, I love Lawrence. Mm-hmm. He tweeted out that you can put in Santa Monica that he went to buy those masks, and the stores are sold out everywhere. Yeah. So
the news people have them all.
Yeah. So I'm going to buy a box of those masks and put them with my food supply and my hurricane supplies in Los Angeles. Now we have to have fire extinguishers and we have to have masks. What is wrong with the world? And then everyone's going, there's no climate change. Oh no, it's just 200 mile an hour winds and fires, and the planet's heating up, and the ice things, the glaciers are falling apart, and now we're going to go and take all that land. Can you imagine this? That land has been there from the first day the planet ever came to be. It's been untouched. It's pristine. It's for the world to enjoy. And now they want to turn it into high-rises, drilling, fracking, and freeways. I can't anymore. I just can't. What's wrong with people? We're like, I just think Trump is a glutton. He just wants more food. He wants more money. He wants more power. He wants more land. And he wants more attention. He wants more and more and more. I'm sorry. I'm not for it. The person of the year, Times Person of the Year. Speaking of Trump, how hilarious. He made this up. He said that they called him and said, well, you're in consideration for being on the Time cover of the year. And he said, well, probably it's not good enough, so I'll pass. No, thanks. Well, they wouldn't have picked him anyway, but he did that so that it wouldn't look bad, that that they didn't pick him and that he turned it down. So one of the Time people came out and said, it really wasn't true, that they didn't call him and tell him that exactly that way, and that he was trying to cover up for the fact he knew he wasn't going to be the person of the year. But then it did turn out that he was in consideration for being the person of the year. So he was in consideration, but who cares? I mean, why not just congratulate the people that are and stop making everything in the world about you? So look who the person of the year. All these Me Too's, all these girls that came out and started this avalanche of no more sexual harassment, Me Too, I'm not taking it anymore. Power of women, I thought it might be the Pussy Hat. That was a huge movement too.
But I think that led to that.
That maybe did lead to this. Yes. It gave them the courage. They're like, you know what? If we speak out, we've got all these voices that are going to come behind us. So
women are not taking
I don't know. Yeah, women aren't taking it anymore. They're not taking it anymore. Now, this is another thing. I love that Kaepernick, that football player that took a knee, the one from San Francisco. Apparently, he's one of the most talented, quarterbacks in the whole industry, but he doesn't have a job right now because he took a knee, and it's politically incorrect. Oh, Lord. But then they put Congress pedophiles in. Never mind. Okay. Allegedly. So anyway, Beyonce made a surprise appearance to the Sports Illustrated Person of the Year to present Kaepernick with the Muhammad Ali Legacy Award. Isn't that lovely? And he said that he was doing it because he was doing it for the people, that it wasn't about him, it was about the people. So I thought that was just great. He's been praised for his supporters for encouraging athletes to use their platforms for social justice. You know what? If you're famous, you should use your platform for something good. I don't understand it. I mean, these people just want to be famous for what? You're famous to people that don't even know who you are. So everybody now knows who you are. Well, how does it? So what? If you don't do something with it, I don't get the point of it. Just like go live your life, you know? But anyway, good for him.
Did you get the Billy Bush thing on?
Yeah, it's on here. So meanwhile, oh my God, listen to this. This guy, Corey Hughes, is an inmate serving times on weapons. He escaped from a work crew Monday afternoon on Interstate 5. Deputies are currently searching for him. Now, I just want to know if you saw him, if he would stand out or if he'd just go into the crowd.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Skeletor.
When you're a fugitive running from the law,
Skeletor.
you don't really want to look like that. He's not just going to blend in. I mean, really? Oh, people, I can't anymore. Now, let's talk about Texas a minute. I don't know why I like this so much. Okay, so they had this whole liquor contest in Texas. And they had all these drinkers and connoisseurs of liquor, you know, deciding who won the contest. Guess which drink won in Texas? You're going to love it, at this Texas bar. Texas. Okay. It was Jack Daniels, number 7, with lemon, homemade aquafaba, which is chickpea water. So how do you make homemade chickpea water? A flambe of clover honey, Benedictine, and spices, and Jack Daniels rye simple syrup, and a petite Sarah float. The drink's complexity was not lost on the judges or the attendees. The Hit the Road Jack won the people's vote as the favorite cocktail of the evening. The people's and the judges.
Is that what you're having right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm having. First of all, I just want to ask you something. Look how much stuff you'd have to buy.
Well, I know. It's like
and who's going to make it?
Can you imagine?
I'd have to hire. Okay, so you're having a party. So you have 2 bartenders. One for the rum, what is it called? The Jack Daniels Hit the Road Jack drink, and one for everything else. I mean, this is way too much cooking for me. Nothing could taste that good. Oh my God, anyway. Now, this sounds like something I would do. Waffle House customer in South Carolina cooks his own Texas bacon cheesecake melt as the employee sleeps. So this guy goes into the Waffle House, and the guy that's working there is asleep. So he goes back, he waits 10 minutes, he's being very considerate. He goes, looks for the employees, no one's inside, he waits a few more minutes, didn't see anybody, he was going around the corner, he saw the employees sleeping, and he looked tired. He saw they were more than one employee. And so he was like, you know what? I'm going to let them rest. I got this. So he goes behind the counter and he makes himself a Texas bacon cheese steak melt with extra pickles. When he was done, he cleaned the grill, collected the sandwich, and rolled on out. Can you imagine? That sounds like something I would do.
I saw in the news last night, he's like one of those secret shoppers that goes in to see how your staff is doing.
Back the next morning.
Oh, yeah. Later in the day, returned for the sandwich. A Waffle House spokesman said the employee was suspended for a week. He went in and paid for it. They shouldn't have suspended him. You know, I would do that. If I saw somebody that was just so tired, they've been working so hard, and I'd make my own damn sandwich. I mean, I think it's hilarious. Oh, I think this is a picture of the guy, right? Is this him?
That's him, yes.
Oh my God.
It kind of reminds me of that swimmer that always gets in trouble.
Oh, I know. Phelps? He needs a hashtag. I cooked my own. Oh yeah, I cooked my own at Waffle House. He needs a hashtag T-shirt. Everybody should buy it. I think it's fabulous. You know what I used to do when I would be flying internationally all the time through Dallas? I used to fly 200,000 miles a year. I didn't miss a trade show. I didn't miss a meeting. I did everything to promote my products. Oh, I'll tell you about them in a minute. So I would be so tired when I get to the airport, but at the time they didn't have the clocks where you could set your own alarm. So they had the tram that went around. So I would lay on my purse on the tram and I made a sign, please wake me up. Anyone, please wake me up at 10 a.m. so I don't miss my flight. And I would lay on my purse and go to sleep with the sign on my chest. And can I tell you, people woke me up. I did it more than once because I just couldn't stay awake another minute. Oh, let's see. Harvard study says more than half of U.S. kids will be obese by age 35. That's terrible. Michelle Obama went on a whole movement to try to retrain children in their eating habits and their parents to start their kids eating properly. You know, I trained RJ to eat properly, and he really eats really good, and he's aware of what he's eating. And if he says, hey, Mom, I'm going to have a dessert, I haven't had one all week, you know, I mean, he's aware of it, you know, or I'm not going to have fried food. I had that already this week. So anyway, speaking of the housewives, that's why I sneak outside when I eat my muffins. No. Do as I say do, not as I do. The housewives. Let's get to the low-hanging fruit. Kenya Moore. Oh my God, she and Kim Zolciak are in this big damn fight. So Kenya Moore tweets out, at Kim Zolciak, screwed Big Papa, a married man for years, but she's worried about my husband and my life. Worry about your husband and not mine. Trash box RHOA. Then Kim tweets back to Kenya, sweetie, I've been married for 6 years, move on, but you call your man baby to try and be like me? You have a white Bentley that I had years ago to be like me? Remember, sweetie, I'm on 2 shows and you aren't even on one. Well, she is on one. I don't know.
Nene and Portia had it out too at the end of that show.
Let's see, I saw that. Oh, yeah, I saw that too.
Each other at that
yeah, they did. They got in a big fight. Let me tell you, Atlanta and New Jersey, they just don't mind pulling the punches, do they?
They don't.
All right, here's one for you. Another housewife. Little Lydia was fired. I felt bad about that. I thought she was a sweet girl. She was on OC, and the other one was fired from OC too. What was her name? Peggy. And I liked Peggy too. I hate to see them get fired. Oh, here's a picture of Patty Hearst when she was arrested. I was telling you about earlier. Yeah. I mean, she was like an heiress. I've been to the Hearst Castle. I mean, that is like the major. That Hearst Castle. Can you imagine? You grow up living the life of the Hearst Castle, and you wind up in jail because you were kidnapped? I mean, wow. Now, this one takes the cake. This is a very sad story, and I'm very sorry that this happened, but honest to God, I'm not even surprised. A woman dies while trying to take a selfie.
Yeah, it's happened a lot.
Can you imagine? Excuse me?
Some guy was up like on a big tower a couple months ago, and he leaned back and he fell off the tower. I think it was in Japan or someplace like that.
Dying trying to take a selfie. A woman known for documenting her travels on social media fell to her death by trying to snap a selfie, according to reports. She was 20 years old from New Zealand, living in London. And she died 2 days after plunging out of a second-story window and suffering brain injury. Kelly's family started, oh my God, these kids. Why does everybody want to be so famous? I mean, okay, you're famous, you're not famous, you don't need to die trying. I mean, really. Oh, here it is, Joan, Jett, and Robin Williams documentaries to premiere at Sundance. See, that's going to be good. That's going to be really good. Bad Reputation is a film it's called Bad Reputation. That's funny. Oh my God, here's one for you. Barbie officially comes out in support of marriage equality. So they have 2 little lesbian Barbies. Isn't that cute? They just love each other. And they can order a cake without getting to the Supreme Court now, apparently. Oh my God. Now, Meghan Markle, remember we talked all about the princess-to-be who needs to become a princess. Her sister is writing a tell-all about her. I hope nobody buys this book. Do not buy this book. Are you kidding me? She's going to write a book. So she's stewing in jealousy over her baby sis. I mean, damn, she's marrying a prince and Prince of England, and she's announced her book, The Diary of a Prince's Pushy Sister, according to her Twitter account, which weirdly now lists her last name as Markle, which it wasn't before. I guess they're half-sisters or something, I don't know. A site called Provider reported that Samantha, a former actress, I'm sure she had some major parts, was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, very sad, leaving her reliant on a wheelchair, very sad. And her disability marked the beginning of Markle's desertion, she says. I didn't feel separation from her until I was in a wheelchair, she said. Well, you know something? If you're the type that's going to write a tell-all book about your sister who's getting ready to get married into the royal family, she was smart to cut her loss early, bitch. I'm sorry. Oh, I can't anymore. I want to tell you about our skincare facial because the holidays are coming up. It's $125. This week it's half price, but only this week. No, is that over?
Monday.
Oh, over Monday?
But if they write it.
Oh, okay. So it's at hello@leahblack.com, or you can go to the website, leahblack.com. You get 10 facials, 8 to 10 facials for $125. They lift, they tone, they firm, they tighten, and I'm going to tell you that what you have to all you do is very simple. You mix a little gel and a little powder. It says half and half. I use a little more gel. You make sure you mix it up till all the lumps are out like it's yogurt, and you paint it on in upward and outward strokes. You wait 20 minutes, and if you put it on half your face, you'll notice a difference. As soon as you take it off, you'll see the jaw will be higher, the brow will be higher, this will be smoother, your makeup will go on smoother. Test it on half your face, you'll see. I've been using it since the 80s, and everybody that I know that tries it just loves it and stays on it. So I wanted to share that with you because it's a great holiday gift. Sudden youth, yay! And so we're also have it in the UK at shop UK at leahblack.com.uk and shop USA and Canada at leahblack.com. And if you have any questions, just get a hold of us at hello@leahblack.com. But Emily in the UK is our distributor over there, and I think she's got some of the housewives from the UK using it. Oh my God. We have to sell our products. It's Christmas.
You're really getting popular over there. You have a lot. Actually, you have more followers now from the UK than you do the US. By
what is that, 10 now instead of 8?
On Instagram, you do have a big, strong following.
Yay, the UK. Yeah. Well, you know, in Europe, people are very aware of their skin, and they're much more conscious of facials. And I know when I had my skincare over there back, when I forget, I guess in the 90s when I had it in France, those salons would sell one facial for $250. Yeah. And so they brought in my product for people to use in between the facials because everyone couldn't afford a $250 a week facial. Well, in the States, a facial you can get $75 to $90. So anyway, but it's at leahblack.com, the Sudden Youth Facial. And then, of course, we have all the other stuff, the lotions and the potions. And they get a free makeup bag?
And free shipping.
And free shipping. Oh, God, I'm just going to go broke. How am I going to afford that big diamond if we keep this prices going? Billy Bush told Stephen Colbert, I went after Trump to stand up for his accusers. So Trump comes out, oh God, and says, that wasn't my voice on there. No, somebody made that up. That wasn't me. When they see him getting off the bus, and right before the election, he kind of softly apologized, said, well, you know, it was just, locker room talk. Now, Billy Bush comes out and says, wait a minute, it was him. I was there. I lost my job over it and haven't been employed for 14 months, and he loses nothing over it, and now he's lying about it, so I'm going to stand up for his accusers. So there you go. Did
you see him on
Colbert? Yeah, I saw the clip of him.
I just felt like he didn't go in like he should have. Like, that was his one moment to kind of stand up to all of it, and I felt like he just kind of like tiptoed around it. Like, when you were talking earlier about having a voice, I felt like he didn't use his voice the other night.
He maybe didn't. But, you know, he also may be playing it safe. He may be looking to get back into television.
And ABC News needs a new anchor.
Yeah, that's right. Well, he would have probably had Matt Lauer's job. He would have been in line for Matt Lauer's job. They should bring him back. I think they should give Ann Curry that job. But honestly, the punishment, this is an example of the punishment did not meet the crime. Yep. This guy laughs at something that he's coming in that he's trying to impress and wine and dine and get an interview with for the network. And so he's got to laugh at his jokes and kind of go along with it and make the guy feel comfortable if he wants to get the interview. Not that it was right, but I don't think laughing at a bad joke is you lose your job over and your whole career. Maybe they suspended him or maybe they make him apologize or something. But I just think that's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, so the tweets of the year. Oh, Obama made on the top 10 list of the tweets. President Trump did not make it on the list of 2017 most tweeted tweets, but Obama did. So listen to what the most tweeted tweets were of the year. I'm surprised one of my tweets didn't make it.
Twitter now.
Oh yeah, he'll be crazy. I am such a Twitter addict. I'm surprised mine honestly didn't make it. I've had so many good tweets over the year. Okay, so this one, the number 9 was, this guy says, does the suicide hotline with 1-800-273-8255. One person ends their life every 40 seconds.
I think it's number 10.
That was okay. Number 10? Okay. Number 9 was, oh gosh, this little guy sitting with his dog. And it says, Leo and I are donating 6 pounds of dog food to Houston for every retweet this gets. It got 623,288 retweets. Yep. That's a lot of damn food. If he sent those 6 pounds, that would be like 360,000 pounds of food. Well, he made his point, and that's good for him. President Obama tweeted, "It's been the honor of my life to serve you. You made me a better leader and a better man." Then that got number 8. LeBron James, "You bum at Stephen Curry already said he ain't going, so therefore ain't no invite. Going to the White House was a great honor until you showed up." He was number 7, tweeting to Trump about why Steph's not going to the White House. I love it. It's hilarious. I think they should have made that Colin Breck or whatever his name was in the top list for time for taking a knee.
He was on the
short list. Oh, good. Okay, that was number 7. And number 6, it was just a picture of a guy at Lincoln Park. Who was this guy?
It's the guy that died from Lincoln Park.
Who?
The guy from Lincoln Park, the singer.
Oh, what did he die?
He committed suicide.
Oh, he committed suicide? Oh, what was his name? I'm so sorry. See, that guy, that hotline's important. Yeah. Oh, my God. Then number 5, President Obama. Oh, so they just put a picture of him. Look at that. He's at the concert with all his fans. You never know what's going on in someone's mind. They can appear to be so happy, and they can appear to have it all together. I know 2 or 3 people that have committed suicide that I can think of now that no one would have ever thought they didn't have it all and didn't have it together and weren't just thrilled with their life. You never know what's going on behind someone and how their depression. I think it's a chemical imbalance. You know, there's a vitamin called HTP5 that they use in Europe, and nobody goes and takes antidepressants and all that. They just take this vitamin, and it really is a mood enhancer. And because I did it one time just to test it, Joe Francis told me about it, and I just felt so happy all the time. And it's just a vitamin, HTP5. You should, like, if you're getting depressed, go get that vitamin. I'm telling you, it'll make a difference. It's very sad that guy committed suicide. Okay, thank you for everything, President Obama says. My last ask is the same as my first. I'm asking you to believe not in my ability to create change, but in yours. That's what he said. I'm going to cry. January 10th. I'm going to cry. Then came the women's movement. What a sad day in the world when that guy was whatever, inaugurated.
Brittany Ramsey Laura says it also detoxes your body.
Oh, it does? Oh, I'm going to start taking that too. Yeah. I'm going to start taking it again. It really, I mean, if you know people that, you know, if someone tells you they're depressed, take them seriously, you know? A lot of times people don't tell you they're depressed. Okay, this one was from Ariana Grande, bless her heart. It was all she said was broken from the bottom of my heart. I'm so sorry, I don't have any words. That was from when they had the slaughtering concert where all those young girls were killed with the terrorist attack in London. Number 3, Penn State. With the current devastation in Houston, we're pledging 15 cents for every retweet. Please forward and help those in need. And they got 1,167,000. So at 15 cents, that's probably like, what, $150,000 that they got? More than that, $200,000. Well, good for them. And Barack Obama made it 3 times. Number 1. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background or his religion. And it's him looking up at these 3 little kids that are all different colors in the window. So Obama, he made the hot list for tweets. Go Barack. All right, we're going to run out of time. I have to just say this one. Oh my God. My quote of the week. Of all the things that I have seen and heard in my lifetime, this one got me going beyond. What happened?
Just watch your foot.
Oh, this is, okay, you know Roy Moore. All these women, several young girls, have come out with credible accusations against him. They've shown where he signed in their yearbook. One of them had a card from him signed, and they've all come out and given specific situations when they were dating him. He's been in a mall. They were banned him. The police officer said he was banned from trolling the malls looking for young girls, and it was known that he went into the high school to do these lectures, and they get the phone numbers of these young girls and then try to date them. And then he made the comment that he never dated anyone without asking their mother. Well, that's an indication that they're pretty young. And then this 14-year-old little girl came out and said, he picked her up and he took her to the house and, he fondled her and this and that. So there's been a lot of very credible information. Listen to what he says. This is what this woman said, this accuser says. She was telling her story. And she said, that's the age when I dated Roy Moore because my braces were off. She was 17. She remembers exactly when she dated him because she got her braces off. I mean, when you're trolling a high school girl in braces, I can't, Alabama. Please, we don't want to lose hope in the world. You can't. We don't have time for that. I'll give you my quote of the week. I have one more thing, but I'll tell you later. My quote of the week. I don't think you can top the quote of the week, though, of a little girl that was being fondled by a 32-year-old prosecutor saying, I remember when I dated him exactly because that was the year I got my braces off with her little pigtails. I mean, come on. So my quote of the week is, be careful whom you put your credibility behind. Well, that just turned out to be very appropriate, didn't it? When you vote for somebody, you're putting your credibility behind them. So be very careful because you're basically saying, I stand behind them, I condone them, and I'm with them. So be careful who you put your credibility behind. I've made that mistake a few times and it's come back to bite me. You need to know someone's character, their integrity, their intentions, and who they are at their core before you put your credibility behind them. And sometimes when people say to me, well, will you recommend me for this or recommend me for that? I will, but I'll always say, listen, I don't know that person that well, but I've heard good things about them. I won't put my personal credibility behind someone unless I know, I've learned the hard way, that I know that they're not going to do anything that's going to put egg on my face, because I learned that lesson the hard way. Okay, guys.
A couple of comments.
Let's hear it.
Saying they agree with you about the Alabama needs to do the right thing. More comments. People think we should start a podcast with this, so we're working on some stuff with that. And Dale Terry, who purchased the necklace that was behind you last week. So they're waiting for her necklace to arrive.
Oh, that's a beautiful. By the way,
it should be there Friday.
That is a beautiful piece. I love that necklace. I really did. I love it.
Yes.
So good for you. Good taste.
And happy holidays to you and Roy and Archie.
Oh, don't forget to listen to the podcast of Heather tomorrow. I'm just so worried about what all I said. Juicy scoop. Oh my God. Can you imagine what all I said? Oh Lord. I may be in jail on Friday. Or divorced. Okay, so we had fun. SuddenYouth.com. Leah Black. Hello, Leah Black. Don't forget, we're looking for tents for Puerto Rico and little toys and clothes for orphans in Haiti, and we need them in before Christmas. So hello at LeahBlack.com for more information. And we will see you next Wednesday noon at Facebook Live for Lunch with Leah, and Little Black is taking his little nap. Say goodbye, Prince. Say goodbye. Bye. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Did I wake you?